All right, my friends. Tonight we continue Confederate history and Southern Heritage Month on the Political Cesspool, as we telephonically welcome into the studio President Pro Tem of the South Carolina State Legislature, the Honorable Glenn McConnell. Senator McConnell, are you there, sir?
I sure am. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening to you. It's a pleasure to hear your distinct and distinguished Charleston accent.
Sounds like a Yankee to me.
Oh,
yeah, well, thank you, sir.
That's cold. On behalf of the entire Political Cesspool staff, Senator, and our loyal listeners, I sincerely thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with us. I know you're in the middle of the budget battle there in the Palmetto State, and I salute you heartily for your excellent work on the Hundley. I'd like to ask you about another issue relating to Southern heritage, that of the Confederate flag. Now, South Carolina has been and continues to be the epicenter of this issue, and it generates more heat than any other issue of Southern heritage of which I know. Could you please give our listeners a brief history of the Confederate flag's career at the South Carolina State House?
Sure. When the federal government called for the centennial of the American War between the states, the Civil War, depending on which way you refer to it, South Carolina hoisted the rectangular form of the battle flag, also known as the naval jack, over the dome of the Capitol underneath the United States and the state flag to signify that, and also to signify the existence of the state as a United State, an independent state, and a Confederate state. And it flew there. Well, nobody had a problem with it till all of a sudden, I believe it was in the 1980s, that the NAACP discovered that they were offended by it. And so as a result, the debate started, and it kept on. In the year of 2001, we agreed to remove the flag from atop the Capitol because only about 30% of the South Carolinians really fought under the rectangular form of the flag. And we moved it to the big Soldiers Monument, which is out on the State House grounds. But we also changed flags and went to a square South Carolina infantry flag of 51 inches with the white border. And, of course, that flag in its different dimensions would represent both the artillery, the cavalry, and the infantry. And the resemblance of it at least would take in the Confederate Navy. That having been said, a deal was struck to move it there and to take all the flags down in the hallways. We went to a soldier's flag at a soldier's monument. That deal was struck in the year 2001, and on July 1st of 2001, the flag was moved to the Confederate monument. Now, we had biracial and bipartisan support for that, and everybody was happy but the NAACP, who had argued that the flag at the dome was in a position of sovereignty. So we changed the flag and put it in a historical setting. Of course, they immediately then, within months, began the economic boycott of the state, which has had the effect of a burp in a whirlwind because people coming here, it has not done anything to it. Well, a football coach of recent spoke about the flag. He said it wasn't affecting him in any way, but that he thought the flag should come down. Well, we sealed that deal and required a three-quarters vote in each chamber in order to bring that flag down. We can't get that kind of vote to go to lunch. So how in the world are we going to get one to move a flag? That having been said, now they come back and they argue that they want it taken off of the grounds because it's Confederate. Well, for all fair-minded people, the controversy was resolved long ago in the year 2001. But what you've got is you've got some people who are returning to the trough of controversy. They're trying to feed on passions. They're appealing to prejudice, and they're trying to inflame constituents and citizens across our state. And what's sad about that is that irresponsible grandstanding threatens to unravel the fabric of mutual respect and to divide our state for decades to come, when what we did is we sealed our state together by mutual respect. And let me explain that. First, we went to a soldier's flag so that we could surely say that we respected the valor of the soldiers that left their homes and their families to answer the call of the government. Most of them didn't own slaves. You and I both know that symbols are defined by people who display them and by the context of their use. We've had some ignorant people that have quoted the Bible. They've displayed the American flag as well as the Confederate flag in an effort to stop children from integrating into schools and whatever. But I have not seen in American history the value and the nobility of the Bible or the American flag being diminished by its misuse. And I have not seen the detractors trying to give that or the Christian cross or anything else to these groups that they claim to carry the Confederate flag. Now, that having been said, let me next go to these vocal people I call in our culture. In my opinion, they make a living out of fanning the flames of intolerance. They sell the bigotry of victimhood, and they try to assert themselves as the moral arbiters of our society. When you deal in absolutes, there's no space to tolerate a nuance or dissent. And that's what we got growing in this particular country.